promise. For the next hour, you will be carried gently through one of the most comforting truths in all of Scripture. The simple, steady, ancient promise that the one who made the hills and the stars and the quiet of this very night has never once stopped watching over you. There is nothing you need to do right now, nothing to hold, nothing to figure out, only rest, only this. Lord, we offer you this night the tiredness in these bones, the weight that has been carried through this long day, and the quiet hope that rest will come. We ask only that peace settle deeply here, that the truth of your watchfulness would reach past every anxious thought and find its way all the way down into the body, all the way into sleep. We place what we have been holding into your hands, and we trust that your hands are strong enough and steady enough and gentle enough to hold it all through every hour of this night. If this space brings you peace and rest and the quiet sense of being held in God's care, please subscribe to Sleepy Angels so that His Word can find you here again. Whenever the night feels long, close your eyes now, if they are not already closed. Let your hands rest open on the covers beside you. Let your shoulders fall. Let your jaw go soft. There is nothing you are required to be right now, except here, just here, breathing in and breathing out. The fireplace is burning low and steady nearby, and the sound of it is old and familiar, the way all the safest sounds are old and familiar. You are in a warm place. You are in a held place. And we are going somewhere quiet together now. Somewhere the hills are wide and the stars are just beginning to arrive. Somewhere a very old promise is being kept. Even now, even tonight, even for you. Imagine the last hour of daylight. Not the bright, loud middle of the day, but the very end of it. The sky has gone soft at the edges. The light is the color of warm honey, low and slanted, touching the tops of the hills and making the grass there look almost golden. A traveler is walking along a long road. The road is dusty underfoot, soft with the fine pale dust that gathers on paths that have been walked for a very long time. This traveler has been walking since early morning. The pack on their back is not heavy, but it has been there long enough that the shoulders have begun to remember the weight of it. The feet are tired in the way that only long days of walking make them tired. And the mind, too, is tired. The kind of tired that sits just behind the eyes and makes everything feel a little further away than it really is. The traveler walks, and the road goes on ahead, and the hills on either side are patient and very old. And then, at a certain moment, as the light changes one more time, and the sky begins its slow deepening toward evening, the traveler stops. Not because there is something wrong, just because something in them needs to stop, needs to breathe, needs to look up. And so they do. They lift their face toward the hills, and they breathe in the cool air that has begun to arrive with the evening. And they simply look. The hills are so still. They have been there long this road was a road. They will be there long after the last traveler has passed through. There is something in that stillness that the traveler feels without quite being able to name. Something like permission, something like the quiet assurance that the world is more solid than it feels from the inside of a worried day. You are held tonight by something far older and steadier than any worry that found you today. The traveler sits down beside the road, not for long, just for a moment, just to let the bones rest and the breath slow. The pack comes off the shoulder and is set down in the dust beside them, and the relief of that simple unloading is so complete, so immediate, that the whole body seems to sigh. The light has gone from honey to a pale, soft rose now, and the hills are holding that light the way hills always do. With patience, without effort, simply receiving what the sky offers them. A small wind moves through the grass on the slope nearby. It makes almost no sound, just a faint, very soft susurration, like something breathing, like the hillside itself breathing. The traveler watches this, and something in the watching loosens, something that has been held carefully for many hours. Something releases. The jaw softens a little. The hands, which have been lightly curled all day, open, and the traveler begins to understand what this moment is for. Not for planning, not for reviewing the day just past, or the road still ahead. Just for this, just for the hills and the cooling air and the last of the light, just for the quiet understanding that the one who made these hills is already watching over the night that is coming, already in place, already awake, already present, and not just present over the hills, but present here beside the road, beside this tired traveler, beside every tired person who has ever looked up at the sky at the end of a long day and wondered if anyone was watching. Someone is keeping watch tonight so that you do not have to. One by one, as the sky deepens, the stars begin to arrive. Not all at once. That is not how stars come. They come the way all good, quiet things come, one at a time, almost shyly, testing the dark before committing to it. The first one appears very near the horizon, a single bright point, steady and clear, and then another, slightly higher up, and then more. Slowly, slowly, the whole dome of the sky begins to be lit from within, as though the darkness is remembering what it was always meant to hold. The traveler watches all of this. They are in no hurry now. The road can wait. This slow, quiet filling of the sky. This is the thing that matters in this moment. And something ancient stirs in the chest, watching the stars come out. Something that does not have words, but does not need them. The feeling of being very small and not being afraid of it. The feeling of being part of something vast and carefully made and deeply, quietly, intentionally loved. The stars do not appear by accident. The sky does not hold them by chance. There is a hand in all of this. There has always been a hand in all of this. that same hand, the hand that placed each point of light exactly where it is, knows your name, knows your tiredness, knows what you set down today and what you are still carrying, and is already holding all of it. Even the stars are a kind of company, placed there by the same hands that are holding you now. The air has gone fully cool now, the way evening air does. It carries the smell of earth and dried grass, and something faintly floral from somewhere further up the hillside. The traveler wraps their cloak a little closer, not because they are cold exactly, just because the warmth feels good, just because being wrapped in something soft is its own quiet comfort. In the valley below, a small cluster of lights has appeared, a village settling into evening. The smell of bread being made drifts up on the air, faintly, just the idea of it. And there is the distant, comfortable sound of a gate being closed, a dog settling, children's voices going quieter and then quiet. The world is putting itself to bed, and it is a good sound, the sound of ordinary things being well. Simple and ordinary moments are full of peace, and tonight all the ordinary things are well. The traveler looks up one more time before they rise, and they are thinking not of the long road, not of the days ahead, but of something their grandmother used to say when they were very small, something about the hills, something about the maker of the hills. She used to say it in the evenings, in a voice that was low and sure, the kind of voice that made the whole room feel steadier. She would say that the one who made the hills was also the one who made the night, and that the maker of the night had never once stopped watching over the ones who slept in it. She said it as a fact, a simple, certain, very old fact, the way you would say the sky is wide, or the earth is deep, just true, just always true, and sitting here now, in the cool of the evening with the stars overhead, the traveler feels that truth the way they felt it as a child, not as something to think about, just something to rest in. The hills stand, the stars burn, and the one who tends them is already tending you. Somewhere on the ridge above the valley, a figure is standing. It is easy to miss, at first, in the growing dark, just a shape against the sky. Still, very still, a shepherd standing watch at the edge of the hillside, while the flock settles beneath him, not packing, not searching, just there, present in the way that only a completely unhurried person can be present, the kind of presence that takes up its whole space, that doesn't look over its shoulder or ahead down the road, but just inhabits this particular patch of hillside at this particular hour completely. Below him, in the soft dip of the land, the flock has gathered. They are lying down now, tucked close together, sides rising and falling in a slow and synchronized rhythm. Not one of them is watching for danger. Not one of them is keeping a careful eye on the dark. They know this figure on the ridge. They have known him since they were very young, and that knowing is enough. That knowing is everything. They breathe together in the dark. Their rising in small pale wisps in the cool air, and the shepherd watches, and the stars burn, and the night holds everything inside it with complete and effortless care. You are counted among those who are kept fully known, fully held, not one detail of you forgotten. Let your breath slow now. Just let it slow on its own, without forcing it. In and out, the chest rises and falls. The shoulders release a little more with each exhale. The legs feel heavy. The arms feel heavy. A good heavy. The kind of heavy that means the body is remembering what it is supposed to do at the end of a day. It remembers how to let go. It has always known how to let go. It is only the mind that sometimes forgets. And tonight, the mind is growing softer too. The thoughts are still there, perhaps, but they are growing quieter. They are becoming like the sound of the wind in the grass, on the hillside, present, but not pressing. There, but not demanding. Just the background texture of a mind that is slowly, gently letting the day go. The dark is not empty tonight. It is full of a quiet that has always been here, waiting for you to find it. A fire has burned in the valley all evening. Not a large one, just the kind of fire that a small family keeps for warmth. And now, in the late hours, it has burned past its peak and settled into itself. The flames are mostly gone now. What remains is a deep bed of coals, amber and soft red, with an occasional low blue at the edges. It does not crackle the way it did earlier. It barely sounds like anything at all now. Just the faintest occasional shift. A soft collapse of one coal settling deeper into warmth. And then quiet again. The heat from it reaches outward in a steady, even radius. Not hot, just warm. The kind of warmth that is entirely without urgency. The kind of warmth that does not ask you to notice it, just offers itself steadily, without condition. And around the fire, the household is asleep. Every one of them. The children went first, the way children always do, one moment present, the next moment simply gone, the breath deepening without announcement, the small fists uncurling in sleep. The adults followed, and now the whole house breathes slowly, in and out, and the coals do their warm and patient work through every hour of the night, and no one has to tend them. Some things are simply held in place without any effort from you at all. There is an old story. It is very old and very quiet, and it is not really a story about anything dramatic or difficult. It is a story about a man who was very tired. Not tired the way you get from a busy afternoon. Tired in the deep way. Tired all the way down into the marrow. The kind of tired that makes the world feel too large and the self feel too small. He had been walking for a long time, through heat and through dust, and through a weariness that had slowly become too much to carry. And at a certain point in his walking, he simply stopped. There was a tree nearby, a wide tree with generous branches and deep shade, and he lay down beneath it. He did not plan to, He did not decide to. He simply arrived at the place where his body refused to carry him any further. And the tree was there, and the shade was there, and the ground beneath was soft and cool. And that was enough. He lay down, and he slept. The shade was deep and very still. The ground beneath him was cool and carried the smell of earth, that old, patient smell that is one of the deepest comforts in the world. There was no sound of the road from here, no sound of other travelers, just the occasional movement of the branches above, the faintest whisper of leaves, and then stillness again. He breathed. His chest rose and fell. His hands, which had been clenched for so long, they had almost forgotten how to be open, slowly released. The fingers uncurled, the palms faced upward on the earth, and in that uncurling, something went out of him, some last held tension, some last piece of the carrying. It went out of him with his breath, and the earth received it quietly, the way the earth receives everything, without comment, without condition, without asking anything in return. Rest is not something you have to earn tonight. It has already been prepared for you, sometime later. And time is a soft thing when you are that deeply asleep. He became aware of something warm, not the sun, something gentler than the sun, a warmth that came from nearby rather than above. And with the warmth, a smell. Bread, the simple, ancient, most comforting smell in the world. Fresh bread nearby, warm. He opened his eyes, and there was a small fire just at the edge of the shade, and beside it, something wrapped in cloth that held the shape of a loaf. And the warmth that had woken him was real, and the bread was real, and there was water too, and a voice, very quiet, barely above a whisper, the kind of voice that sounds as though it has been sitting beside you for some time, patient and unhurried. The voice said only that it was all right to rest, that the journey was long, that here, in this moment, there was nothing required, only rest, only bread, only this. You are tended to tonight with that same quiet, attending care. He ate slowly, and then he slept again, not because he decided to, not because he made any effort, just because the bread was warm inside him, and the shade was cool above him, and the presence beside him was steady and undemanding. And sleep was simply the most natural thing in the world, the most natural, the most welcome, the most complete surrender. And when he slept this time, it was without the tension, without the tight-held quality that exhaustion sometimes brings to sleep. This was different. This was soft, deep and soft, like falling into something that had always been there, waiting, like finally arriving somewhere he had not known he was looking for. You are held tonight by something far older and steadier than any worry that found you today. Your body is heavy now. You can feel it, the heaviness, the good, sinking heaviness of a body that is finally being allowed to stop. The mattress beneath you is holding you completely. Every part of you that has been working all day, the muscles that have been moving, the shoulders that have been holding, the chest that has been breathing in and out against whatever the day brought. All of it is being held right now. You don't have to do anything with that. Just notice it. Just let the noticing be enough. The bed holds you. The room holds the bed. And something vast and very gentle holds the room, and the house, and the night around it, and you inside all of it. Everything is held right now. You, this room, this night, held completely and without effort. Now let your mind drift to the water. Not a rushing water, not anything loud or moving quickly. Just a still pool, the kind of pool you find in the fold of a hillside, sheltered on 3 sides by stone and grass. The water is so still that the surface is like glass. You can see the reflection of the sky in it perfectly. Every cloud, every patch of blue, every early star caught and held down there in the water, as though the pool has its own sky inside it. The reeds at the edge of the pool barely move. A single frog speaks, low and slow, from somewhere in the shadows. The air here is very cool, the kind of cool that carries no harshness, just clarity, just the clean, simple feeling of air that has been nowhere crowded, that has only passed over grass and stone and open sky. A shepherd moves through the grass nearby, unhurried steps, slow and deliberate, and completely without urgency. And where the shepherd is, the whole landscape seems to breathe more slowly, seems to soften, seems to settle. There is a stillness available to you right now that goes all the way down. The flock is lying in the green field beside the water. All of them, one by one, they found their places as the lights softened this afternoon, and they settled, and now they breathe together, slowly in and out. The sides of the sheep rise and fall, rise and fall. A quiet, animal breath that is one of the most soothing sounds in the world. The shepherd moves among them sometimes, slowly, pausing here to lay a hand on a shoulder, there to check a small one resting at the edge. Not one is missed, not one is overlooked. Each one is known and counted and tended with a thoroughness that is also somehow completely effortless. This is the nature of the watching. Not anxious, not scanning the horizon for things to worry about. Just present, just here, just moving through the flock with patient, unhurried hands. You are known, and the one who knows you is near. Let your breathing follow the rhythm of the flock now, slow and deep. In, hold it for just a moment at the top, and then release. Long, slow release. And again, in and out. Your body already knows how to rest. It is only waiting for permission from the rest of you. There is a boat on the water. It is a small boat, wooden, worn smooth by years of use, rocking so gently on the surface of the lake that the motion is barely perceptible. Just the faintest rise and fall, rise and fall, the kind of rocking that that the body recognizes from a long time ago, from before memory, from the very beginning of being. Inside the boat, there is a figure lying at rest in the stern, one arm resting beside, one hand open. The face is completely soft, no tension anywhere. The mouth is slightly open, just a little, the way mouths go in deep sleep. The breath is slow, very slow, slower than it has been all day. The chest rises almost imperceptibly, and then falls, and the breath goes out in a long, easy, complete release. And outside the boat, the water laps against the wooden hull in a low, rhythmic sound. Not music exactly, but something close to music. Something the water does naturally, without being asked. Because it is the water's nature to be in motion, and in motion to make sound. And the sound is soft, and the sound is continuous, and the sound is old, and it is the sound of rest. Peace this deep does not come from the absence of the world. It comes from trusting the one who holds it. The water rocks the boat. The boat holds the sleeping figure, and somewhere above, the stars are doing their slow and faithful work, the whole sky moving in its great turning, the same turning it has done every night since the first night, unhurried, inevitable, completely certain of itself, and through all of it, through the rocking of the water, and the moving of the stars, and the soft, continuous night sounds all around, the figure in the boat sleeps on, undisturbed, untroubled, resting in a peace that goes so deep. It does not need to be defended, because it is not held up by anything that can be taken away. It is just there. It has always been there, waiting to be rested in. You do not need to carry tomorrow tonight. It has its own keeper. Let the water hold you now. Just for a moment, let the image settle. The gentle rocking, the low sound of the water, the dark sky above, alive with stars, and you resting. The boat holds you. The water holds the boat, and the maker of the water holds all of it. Every wave, every star, every breath, held, completely held, without any effort from you, without any watching required from you. Just rest, just breathe, just let the rocking do what rocking has always done. Let tonight move like this water, patient, unhurried, carrying you gently where you need to go. The moon has risen now, full and quiet over the far ridge. It casts its light across the whole sleeping valley in long, soft silver, not bright, not searching, just there, just a steady, calm, silvery presence that touches everything it reaches, every tree and every stone and every rooftop, and asks nothing of any of it. The shadows beneath the trees are long and soft, not dark shadows, just still ones, the shadows of trees that are standing completely at ease in the night, not trying to be anything other than what they are. The whole valley breathes, in and out. Even the valley breathes. Even the night is lit for you. Nothing here goes unwatched. The keeper is on the ridge again, always on the ridge, or near the gate, or standing quietly at the edge of the field, not sleeping, not resting, not looking away. This is the oldest promise that the watching does not stop, not when the night comes, not when the late hours arrive, not when the hour just before dawn stretches long and cold and quiet, not at any hour, not ever. There is no moment in this night, or in any night, when the watching pauses, when the eyes that have been on you close. The keeper does not grow tired. The keeper does not grow distracted. The keeper does not look away towards something more interesting or more pressing. You are the thing being watched. You are the thing being held. And the watching has been going on since long before this night. And it will go on long after the last star goes out. There is a light that burns without effort, watching over this night and over you. Your shoulders are very soft now. You might not have noticed when they softened. It happens that way. You don't feel the releasing. You only notice afterward that the tension has gone, that something which was held is now resting, that the body has remembered on its own, without being told, what it is supposed to do when the night is safe, when the watching is taken care of, when there is nothing left to brace against. The body knows. It has always known. In your neck, in your jaw, behind your eyes, all of it softening now, all of it releasing, one breath at a time, out and in and out again, longer than the one before. Your breathing is already slowing, already returning to something older and calmer than thought. Somewhere very far away, soft rain has begun to fall. Not here, not close enough to hear directly, but somewhere out across the hills. A quiet rain is moving through. It moves slowly, the way soft rain does, covering field after field, tree after tree, rooftop after rooftop, washing everything it touches with something fine and cool and unhurried. And here, in the shelter of this place, the warmth is unchanged. The fire still glows. The air is still enclosed and steady. The rain is only a distant presence, known but not felt. A kind of tenderness the sky is offering to the earth quietly while everyone sleeps. Even the rain tonight is a kind of gentleness, covering the world in something soft. Let yourself drift now. There is nowhere to arrive at, no destination in this drifting, just the gentle loosening of one thought after another, each one becoming lighter, each one dissolving a little at the edges, like the very last wisps of cloud in an evening sky. The thoughts are still there. You are not trying to stop them. You are only watching them now from a little further away, from the quiet place in the center of the chest where the breathing happens, from the still point inside you that has been there all along, just beneath the surface of the day, just resting, just waiting for the rest of you to arrive. And you are arriving now, slowly, breath by breath. What you release tonight will still be held, only by stronger hands than yours. The shepherd moves through the flock, one more time before the deepest hours of the night. Not because there is anything to tend, just because this is what the shepherd does, just because the care is that complete. A hand rests for a moment on a warm flank here, a pause beside a small one there. The count that has already been done again. Not from worry, from love, the kind of love that is not anxious about what it holds, just completely attentive to it, completely present with it, every single one accounted for, every single one rested in, every single one known, and you are counted in that number. You have always been counted in that number. You are counted among those who are kept fully known, fully held, not one detail of you forgotten. The night has grown very deep now. The stars have moved in their slow circle. The coals have burned lower still. The flock in the field is breathing together so slowly now, so deeply, that the sound of it is nearly a silence. And you are here. You have been here this whole time, being carried without knowing how much you were being carried, being held without having to hold yourself. Everything is held right now. You, this room, this night, held completely and without effort. The traveler who sat down beside the road in the evening is still now. They did not need to make it to the next village tonight. They did not need to arrive anywhere. They found that the hillside was enough. The cooling air was enough. The stars coming out, one by one, were enough. And they have settled there, on the soft earth beside the road, head resting on the pack that was set down hours ago. And they are sleeping, simply sleeping, the kind of sleep that does not know it is sleeping, that has gone so far down into rest that the surface of the world is very far away. You have arrived somewhere safe. The walking is done for today. Let your hands rest where they are, open, loose, not holding anything, the palms soft, the fingers uncurled. Sometimes the simplest act of rest is just this, just letting the hands go open, just letting what has been held be set down, not lost, not abandoned, just set down into hands that are larger, steadier, more capable of carrying. What you release tonight will still be held, only by stronger hands than yours. The breath is very slow now, slower than it was at the beginning, slower than it has been all day. In, a long, quiet in, and then out, a long, quiet out, and there is a space at the end of the out-breath, a small, still space where there is nothing, just warmth, just quiet, just the feeling of the covers, the feeling of the mattress, the feeling of being exactly where you are supposed to be. You do not need to carry tomorrow tonight. It has its own keeper. The keeper is still there, on the ridge, or at the gate, or very close. You do not need to look. You do not need to make sure. You only need to rest. The watching is already happening, has been happening, will keep happening through every quiet hour of this night, through the darkest and the stillest part of it, through the long stretch before the first pale light of morning, through all of it, without rest, without interruption, without a single moment of looking away. The keeper is watching, and you are the one being kept. Someone is keeping watch tonight, so that you do not have to. The green field is very quiet. The still water at its edge reflects only the deep sky now. The shepherd is nearby. The flock breathes, and you are here in this field too, lying in the soft grass. The grass is cool and fine beneath you. The air above is wide and very still, and there is nowhere in the world you are supposed to be right now, except here in this field, here in this warmth, here in this breathing, here in this rest. This place will always be here when the night comes again. The same quiet, the same warmth, the same faithful watching. Let the images go soft now. The hills, the water, the stars, the fire, the shepherd on the ridge, the bread and the shade, the rocking boat. Let them go soft, the way everything goes soft just before sleep. Not gone, just soft, just the impression of them, the feeling they left behind, the safety of them, the warmth of knowing that all of these things are true and steady and old and not going anywhere. Even the stars are a kind of company, placed there by the same hands that are holding you now. Your eyes are heavy. You are not trying to make them heavy. They just are, the way things become when the body has been given permission to rest, the way things settle when the watching has been handed over. The face is soft, the forehead is smooth, the jaw has let go. Somewhere in the chest, something that has been gently held all day has finally, quietly, let itself be set down, and the breath continues, in and out and in, without effort, without thought, just the breath doing what the breath has always done, just the body doing what the body has always known how to do when it is truly safe. Your body already knows how to rest. It is only waiting for permission from the rest of you. The ancient hills are standing. They are standing right now, out there in the dark, as they have stood through every night before this one, patient and unmoved and very old. The stars are burning, each one in its place, each one held there by the same care that holds you. The keeper is awake, has been awake, will be awake through every hour of this night, without ceasing, without wavering, without a single moment of distraction. The keeper does not sleep, and so tonight you can. Tonight you are allowed to close, to soften, to sink, to go all the way down into rest without watching the door, without keeping one small part of yourself alert, without needing to know what happens next. It is all held. It is all watched over. You are held tonight by something far older and steadier than any worry that found you today. This moment is entirely yours, not borrowed from the day, not borrowed toward tomorrow. Just this breath, this warmth, this quiet, this long and gentle night stretching out ahead of you, unhurried and safe, and full of a peace that goes all the way down. This moment is entirely yours, not borrowed from the day, not borrowed toward tomorrow. The thoughts are very few now, and very soft, more like shadows of thoughts than thoughts themselves. The shape of something, passing, dissolving, going, and the breath continues, in and out, and the warmth continues, and the quiet continues, and somewhere, on a ridge that is both ancient and near, the keeping continues, the watching continues, the love that does not sleep continues. You are not alone in this night. You have never been alone in any night. And the one who has been watching since the beginning is watching still. The one who made the hills and the stars and the quiet and the breath that is moving through you right now. Watching still and tender still and near, so near. The keeper is watching. The night is held and you are safe. You can rest now, all the way down. You are safe.